So, hey everyone, hope you're doing well today. TarantulaDan here, and I am in London filming today at the YouTube space that we put on my channel. And today I'm going to be joined by this gentleman who will introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Dr. Frankus Lee. I am an advanced behavioural analyst, open brackets, entomophobia, closed brackets. What that means is I try and help people with debilitating phobia, sometimes, or should I say mostly, with spiders, creepy crawlies, sometimes birds, snakes, moths, butterflies, whatever it may be. There's a lot of education involved and a lot of desensitisation. The other problem is I'm a bit of a bug geek, and it's sometimes really difficult to be both people when you're dealing with these guys. However, hopefully if you watch my channel you'll maybe understand it a little bit better, but yeah, I think that probably roundabout covers it.
Yeah, that is this man. I say there will be an annotation at the end of the video to his channel, as well as links in the description. And yeah, as I said, I'm in London. I came down, met with Frankus for the day, doing some filming, and we're going to be going off and hopefully vlogging the zoo, which will be pretty cool. While here, I was doing a video for his channel, and he's doing one on mine, and I would like to just very quickly show something, because I think this is really cool. So, if you watched the video on his channel, he just gave me a gift, which I'm going to sort of show. But let's say we're in YouTube space in London, and there's a tea party going on in the background, so I apologise if there's any noise.
I can't see any tea at the moment.
No.
Very tea lacking at the moment.
Yeah, not much of a tea party. But yeah, so what he's very kindly given me is, if I hold it to the camera, this is the molt of a Brazilian wandering spider, which you told me is the red.
It's the red colour form of Phobias. This is sub-adult molt of our red colour form, which we've just had several hundred babies from.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I have to have the, obviously I don't have a DWA license just yet, but hopefully in the future I will. So for now he's gave me that, which is very kind of him, so thank you for that.
You're very welcome.
But with that said, I do have some questions for him. I thought it'd be a good opportunity to ask him some things.
Okay, cool.
So, really simple question to begin with.
Yeah.
What made you get into keeping inverts?
My first invert was when I was 7 years old. I'm 44 now, so I've been keeping 37 years or so. I had a house spider, believe it or not, initially, which I kept in the matchbox. You know, I didn't really know any different, but kind of, yeah, really sort of enjoyed keeping Fred, as I called him there.
In the matchbox.
However, very shortly after that, I think before my 8th birthday, I ended up getting a salmon pink alive. And it was all back in the day. There was obviously no internet. There wasn't a lot of books written about them, Google, etc. So we kept it on vermiculite because we didn't really know any different. It was kind of the thing that was kept on. But yeah, he got to a good size. I think it would have turned out to be female. It was at least 6 years I had her. But my parents didn't have it. I kind of kept underneath my bed, and yeah, I used to sort of feed it whenever I could, really. I used to find things out in the garden to feed it. Yeah. So, didn't have a clue.
No.
Did not have a clue.
This is obviously back before the spider shop and things. So,
yeah. But yeah, been fascinated about them ever since. Wanted to learn more and more about them, just try and be a sponge. And this kind of subsided for a little bit, obviously relationships, children, etc. Life gets in the way, but it's obviously always been in the back of my mind, and I always wanted to learn more. And then shortly, around about 10 years ago, decided I wanted to take it a little bit further. Really wanted to sort of, I couldn't understand, as someone that's never been afraid of spiders, never been afraid of creepy crawlies, I wanted to sort of understand what it is that makes people scared of them and try and counteract that and try and help some way. So ended up sort of doing clinical psychology for 4 years, 3 years practical psychotherapy, trying to sort of carve my own niche and concentrate primarily on inverts. And just working with people, trying to understand where it comes from, why people are afraid, and the different stimuli or triggers that go into what makes us scared of them, really.
Yeah, that's a good answer, you know. I mean, obviously I don't understand the fear of spiders. I've never had it. I don't think I ever will, to be fair. So it's good that you're working on that.
It normally comes down from, I mean, the biggest one is it's hereditary. It normally is handed down from parents. And there's two different types of parents, I find. There's the ones that would, although they would never kill a spider, they're afraid of them. They want to try and they would glass and card it and take it outside. Or there are the other ones which, sorry, it's really noisy here. There are the other ones which would kill it without even thinking about it. And if their child sees that, there's no quicker way of passing that phobia down to your children. There's nothing that can be passed quicker than a negative emotive response. And obviously kids pick up on that. The second one is it's an event. You know, it could be like your brother threw a spider at you, or you know, you saw one like maybe even when you're in a car, for instance, you know, before you can even remember. And the interesting one is the media, social media. When I first started the PhD, that only accounted for about between 3 and 5% of the reason, you know, people were becoming phobic. However, latterly, within like the last 2 or 3 years or so, that's really started to creep up to, I think it's around about 22% now. And this is obviously by people sharing YouTube videos, obviously, which kind of works for and against. Tabloid newspaper journalism, if you can call it that, sensationalism. Telling the truth doesn't sell newspapers, guys, unfortunately, and that's the big issues that you get. You'll get certain tabloid newspapers every year. They come out with the same story. You've done the same YouTube videos as I have. You know, oh, a giant house spider attacks. You know, and man gets bitten by a false widow and leg falls off. You know, it's all ridiculous. You know, just you know, knowledge is power. And even if you are scared, then you know, start looking at photos. There's certain pages where you can go, Facebook pages, entomological pages. I recommend the entomology page on Facebook, 103,000 subscribers. There's people that will post things on there, people who are phobic, but due to desensitization and exposure to them, you know, they're helping themselves. And that's something that I can't teach people.
Yeah. That's pretty good. And the next question, moving on to that, what made you want to keep eating your bone?
I'll be very honest with that. One creature.
Okay.
One creature, and that is Phonutra.
Okay. That's the one that I have.
Phonutra, for you that don't know, is Phonutra genus as a whole. They're considered the most dangerous spider on the planet. It has a toxin which is 5 times, drop for drop, more potent than rattlesnake venom. And I can tell you that certain components within that toxin are being used for medical studies, including Viagra 2.0, I have to say. One of the main side effects of being bitten by this particular spider, if you're a male, is priapism. Priapism is very painful, horrible, 12-hour erection, and I know everyone goes on about it, but it's actually true. And obviously, you know, there are components and enzymes of that being used towards the medical side to help people, you know, with impotence and things like that. So you don't necessarily have to like it, you know, but it's doing something good for you. Particular creature. When I started off with tarantulas and stuff, tarantulas are very nice, but they're not very diverse. You know, they don't have a very keen hunting strategy. And in terms of Phonutra, I wanted to find out what they're like when they're not being poked with a stick. You put Phonutra into YouTube, you've always got the videos of them in like the threat pose. You know, they're called the armed spider, Arana armadera, which is Brazilian or Spanish for the armed spider. And the reason they do that is obviously when they're under threat. Like most animals, you know, if you threaten it, it's going to sort of not be too happy about it, and show you the reason why it's not too happy. It just so happens that when they're not under threat, they just become a regular spider. And just their hunting strategy, the way they do things, the way they strut about almost as if they know they are what they are.
Don't mess with me,
yeah, absolutely. I've kept widows before. I've kept, you know, I've got Macrophaly at the moment, which is the Japanese funnel webs. They're very good fun to study and watch at feeding times, but the rest of the time they're kind of, you know, more pretty much.
They don't do
you know. And for those of you that don't know, I'm trying to make a documentary about sort of trying to get everything that I do as a person and everything that I'm sort of putting my studies in towards, all the footage that it was just going to start off as a YouTube video.
Yeah.
However, it sort of progressed and it got bigger. I started to film more, and I kind of realised it was a bit bigger than that. So, and I don't know when it's coming out. I'm going to try and sort of put as much effort into it as possible to make sure, obviously, that it's as good as it can be. But hopefully, see a side of them that you won't see
anywhere else.
Yeah.
Which is important with any spider. The next one. What's your dream animal that you don't already have? Anything.
Animal.
Yeah.
It's probably going to sound a bit weird, but one that's probably gone extinct, I suppose. I mean, you know, we've lost so many animals. I mean, like so many tarantulas, for instance, that we've lost that we've probably not even discovered yet. I mean, you know, we're discovering. When I first started keeping tarantulas, there was like 800 of them. Now there's nearly like 1,000. Yeah. But then you've got things like Poecilotheria metallica, which was only ever found in like a 100-kilometre area of Guti in Sri Lanka, I think it was. And you know, now due to deforestation, they're only found in a tiny sort of area. So they're disappearing. If it wasn't for captivity and the you know, the hobbyists and what have you, you know, that particular species would go extinct.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
But I don't know, something.
Would you stick with an invert, or would you go with something completely different?
I like inverts a lot. Some people say that you can't get character out of an invert. I probably
disagree.
I would probably disagree. I don't know really. I guess, I mean, I'm quite partial to snakes as well. But if I had to have one animal, I think probably Morelia viridis, which is the green tree python. I would like to have some super rare sort of morph of one, you know, which is not like a bred morph, but like a natural morph. I think they're just stunning animals.
I do like snakes. I mean, people keep telling me on my channel that I need to get them, but they're one thing I'm not allowed to keep at the moment.
The way I look at snakes is, okay, that's a space which I could have put at least 100 inverts in.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know, that sounds stupid, but that's the thing. I live in a tiny flat, so sometimes the best thing to do is just to try and cram it full of creatures.
Well, it is, yeah. I mean, obviously, most inverts take up a very small space anyway, so that's good. If you could give any advice to a new keeper, what would it be?
Oh, that's a good one. Do not always go to the same place for advice. Get your advice sources from many different people. And Facebook is not a great place, unfortunately, to get advice for keeping, well, not just inverts, but keeping anything. Unfortunately, there's a lot of keyboard warriors on Facebook, and even like the most, you know, hardened of us can sort of sometimes be a little bit disparaged by using it.
That's one of the reasons I don't use it to groups.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of advice, I always recommend if you're talking about spiders or inverts, Arachniboards is as a Arachniboards forum, not the Arachniboards Facebook page. Arachniboards forum is a fantastic place to go. Just go into the search engine, put in the species that you require, and I would never say to anyone, don't start with an old world, because it's, you know, I mean, I don't like telling people what to do. However, I
you
would
could advise them maybe.
Yeah, I mean, just be aware of what new world is and what old world is.
There is a big difference.
Huge difference.
More so for a new keeper.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, for someone like myself or you know, the difference in an old world and a new world, they're one and the same almost in terms of how you treat them. But yeah, if you're a new keeper, then you certainly will want to get the two mixed up.
No, definitely. The next bit of advice, you know, sort of just an addendum to that is, if you're ever going to handle your creature, and if you know, a lot of people within the hobby, it's like fish, they're distinctly a hands-off creature, and I can understand that, and I completely respect that. I do completely respect that. However, for those of you, the minority, if you like, that do handle, do yourself a favour. Never just stick your fingers in there. Always check its mood. I always get like the tongs, turn them around so you've got like the section at the end, which is like a spoon almost. Touch their back leg. If they turn around and start having a go at the tongs, it's probably not a good idea to stick your fingers in. And even when you know, they are in a good mood, just use the tongs on the back leg, put your hand in front of the spider and let it walk onto you. And then as far as it's concerned, you adjust the ground on which it walks on.
Yeah, that's good advice, that is.
I see so many people that sort of, I think probably around about 80 or 90% of people get bitten because you know, they've had a chili rose for a couple of years or whatever. You know, they think that they're used to it, and then they'll just stick their hands in one day. It thinks it's food, and the rest is history. You know, you've got one more person who's been bitten.
It doesn't do the hobby any favours when that happens.
No. I mean, we all know it happens. But yeah, I mean, and in terms of temperament, obviously, you know, their personalities do change.
Yeah, and they do have them.
And I've had really nice OBTs. I've had really bitchy Grammostola roseas. So you know, you pay your money, you take your chances. Really.
Yeah, they're all kind of unique in themselves, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah. Okay then, and my last question. What annoys you most about the hobby? By the hobby I mean the whole keeping of exotic animals. Annoys me. What annoys me personally is misinformation. Yeah. I speak to a lot of people who you know to trust, a lot of people who are possibly a little bit long in the tooth with regards to the facts, I suppose. It's sometimes when you're on Facebook, a lot of people ask the same questions, which they could have found out themselves. Yeah, simple Google search. It's like I say, yeah. I mean, Facebook is a good place. It's a good place to go and share information, but you know. More often than not, someone's going to come out with a comment which is probably not going to be have been put tactfully, for instance, and it discourages a lot of people. You know, there's a lot of people out there which are very, very interested in these creatures. There are a lot of people which are former arachnophobes. Yeah, sensationalism. Sharing posts because it's come from Viral Hog or it's come from Lad Bible or something, and you know, the title is Spider Attacks. That's probably the biggest thing. I mean, it gives me lots of work, don't get me wrong, you know, it gives me lots of work, but, you know, it's not, for me, it's not about that, it's about education, and trying to break down the walls, because in this day and age, you know, a little bit of information goes a long way. But yeah, I guess it's probably the press. It's probably the press. I think I'll be the same on that as well. It's a nightmare. Yeah. One thing I just do want to say actually is something that I've alluded to it a little bit on my channel, but and I know Dan supports it. I started a page on Facebook called the British Tarantula Rescue Service, and
and I alluded to it before, but what that means is sometimes there is situations where a landlord goes in because a tenant has been kicked out or something like that. You know, they left all their animals and their creatures. I've worked in the pet shop for a long time, and I was sick and tired of sort of there being relocation services for kittens or rats or snakes and things like that. There's not really that much for inverts, and I thought, okay, well, let's start a network of people where everyone will accept tarantulas from people. You know, RSPCA sometimes sort of take them in. Just a way where we can sort of, you know, if we need be, we can get someone to collect them. Because, you know, I mean, sick and tired of people saying, oh, spiders aren't animals, they haven't got feelings, they haven't got this. So, well, you know,
a living thing is a living thing.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that probably annoys me a lot. Sorry?
There is a page for that as well.
There is, yeah, there is. I mean, if you just...
I'll put a link to it in the description.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, in the description of this video, I'll put a link to the page. If you'd like to go check that out, that would be greatly appreciated. So.
Excellent, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Everyone helps.
Well, yeah, absolutely. With that said, I think that's the end of my
Excellent, okay.
So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and at the same time, in the description to this, there will be a link to the video on Frankus' channel, where he interviews me and asks me some questions, so please head on over to that and check him out, subscribe if you aren't already.
Yeah, I've got a lot of people sort of been saying to me, where the hell have you been? And apologies for that. I've had a little bit of ill health, and obviously keeping a family and keeping a job and trying to sort of, you know, put these things out. The documentary's got in the way a little bit. But there's more stuff coming. But if you're not on my Instagram at Frankus, I post pretty much regularly. You know, there'll be things up, little videos, snippets that you won't actually see on my YouTube channel. But if you don't subscribe, then why not?
Yeah.
And I must apologise to anyone that suffers from hippopotamonstrossequipedaliophobia, right? Which is, unfortunately, it's I hate to say that, it's the fear of long words. So obviously, if I've confused a lot of people, did you know that? So
I didn't.
Basically, can you imagine?
That, so I can never learn that word.
Can you imagine that? So you go to the doctors and you say, Doctor, I have a fear of long words, and the doctor goes, yep, I know exactly what you suffer from. Don't worry, I've got your back. It's called hippopotamonstrossequipedaliophobia.
Yeah, I'll leave him.
That's
to
so
that
cruel.
I might try and learn that one, but I was stuff, so I probably wouldn't be able to.
It's true. Go look it up.
I'll look it up. So yeah, there'll be links in the description to. I'll put your Facebook,
cool. Yeah, thanks.
his Instagram, his YouTube, and the service page as well. So everything will be in the description. So please check that out. With that said, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon in the next video.
And can I just say, yeah, he's as nice as he appears on his YouTube channel.
You look lovely.
Huh?
You look lovely.
Yeah.